Yeah, bro. Everything nice. Okay, so this is J Vaz, and we are Vaz Designs. Today we are here. That's the man who has been hiding from the people. So please take us here. This is the studio. Okay, so we are here. So we are here today, and then we want you to know all that you have to know about tattoos, piercing, jewelries, everything you want to know. Today we are here for you. We've been promising you that today we have to bring the video to you. So watch out. So cut them the. Okay, we are for J Vaz TV. I say about. Sena munim tene na enne yabatema. J Vaz ede de bremo na business. Bibia ye bia no. Ofe ya eba betwa, ebe posti na ye de aboa. Obi opeso hu bia. Na e wo mu ne say wo community mu na say ope bibia, you don't need to travel far. Ebia na bi ben okra, but you don't even know. When we discover, we'll bring it to you. Senebe ya uhu a instead of sobekwa Accra, Kumasi, ni ade akoye na bi ben wa, you can just do it around you and then you are free. And then no kofu bebre say ade na ye de twi bebre marketing no. It depende. Every say it depending nia ye be call ne honey business no ye no. Say clients ni prefer say obeye no brofo a ye be ne brofo, obe ne twi a ye be ne twi, ye be blend ye be fra na mamo. Brofo ka se mu ne say be blend na mamo. Enti ye blend ya na wa wo ti twi ni so atene kakra, wa wo brofo side ni so no. No enya ne kakra. Enti no enne yaba Vaz Designs awatema oye nyama bebre ankofo ahun Vaz Designs ewo YouTube, TikTok ni ade bebre omo hye dem who is behind that Vaz Designs and enne ewo J Vaz TV ni de bro. Subscribe the channel no, like it. You can still comment. Na tembia no comment ya fa bibi fi odi animu a na no so aboa ya madwuma na ya da akoso kama ne ya ne se ne ya de brel subscribe tembia the video beto obi a obenya bi no ahwe enti ene ye wa ha boss how are you doing?
I'm alright.
So should we do yenye no chi or we should mix it up?
Let's mix it up, I guess.
Let's mix it up because we have a lot of people who do tattoo. Some like speaking the local language because that's what they are mostly comfortable with. So, can you tell us a little bit? Is the Vaz Design, is it the main company business or there is another business name and then the Vaz Designs is underneath?
Well, it's like an umbrella company. So basically everything falls under Vaz Designs.
Okay.
Yeah, basically everything. Everything I do from the tattoos to the piercings, jewelry, interior landscaping, all those things fall under it.
Okay, all right, okay. So can you tell us, how did you come up with the tattoo and then how did you come up with it? Is it that it came overnight or something? I mean, you just woke up one day, you decided to go into tattoo.
I mean, those things never really come overnight, but I mean, I always have this art background.
Okay.
So always used to sketch. I did visual arts, painted. So I think at a point in time, I saw that people had bad tattoos. So I decided I was like, let me look into it and see what incorporates into this tattoo thing. And I found out that if you have an art background, it makes it easy for you to dive into it. So that's when I just decided that, look, why don't I learn how to do the tattooing myself and then provide better service than what is being offered in Ghana, because at the end of the day, people are getting tattoos on their skin. So why don't they have good things being done so that it's permanent for a lifetime?
Yeah.
Most people regret their tattoos because they didn't do it well. They didn't like how it looked at the end or something. So yeah, I just decided to do that, and this is me.
Okay. All right. So you were saying something about you have to have an idea of an art.
Yes,
You have to be an artist
no, you don't necessarily have to be an artist, but you have to have an art background
because of the drawing.
yes, because of the sketching. Because if you are, there are people who don't have any art background, but they know how to trace.
Okay.
Because tattooing is a lot of tracing, but if you have an art background, you can be diverse in terms of creativity and being able to do it more with your own expression into it, art. Because recently I did a tattoo for a mother of 3, and she wanted
A mother of 3.
yeah, so a woman, so it's like an image of a woman and 3 kids beside it formed into a heart.
Wow.
A lot of people see those tattoos and they are plain, but I decided to put stippling design into it to shade it to make it look different from what most people have.
Yeah,
So-
I think I saw that tattoo on your TikTok and then all that, but then it's okay. So do you remember your first tattoo you did?
Yes, actually I do. I do. I think my first tattoo was the letter J on a lady's hand. And it wasn't, I mean, most people would say that their tattoos are not the best. I will also say that, but some people say my first tattoo was better than theirs. Because my friend Ashenso, who was also a tattoo artist, he started tattooing way before me.
Oh, okay.
I sent him my second tattoo that I did, which was an African map, which I did on, how do you call it, a client of mine. And he was like, he can't believe that that's like my official tattoo that I've actually done. But I didn't start experimenting on people's skin. Most people do that mistake.
Yeah.
If you are a client, don't go and let your friend experiment on you, because that's a bad thing. We experiment on pig skin because pig skin is closest thing to human skin. So that's where we started from, but that's where I started from. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You do that experimentation and on banana peels. So you experiment on that and then you perfect yourself. And when you do
The banana peels.
yes, because
okay.
the banana peels, the thickness is like virtually the same as the human skin because of the 3 layers of skin. So it's just like so if you do it and you peel it and then you realize that it hasn't gone through to the banana itself, then you know that you're actually doing the right thing.
Oh, I
So
see.
it helps you to know your speed, your intensity and all that. So yeah, that's just it.
Okay. Okay. So I see that. Then this whole tattoo thing, it's a whole thing on its own. It's
Of
not
course.
just that you can just get up and then
Of course,
you
a lot
say
of-
you want to do tattoo. Because even if you want to trace it, if you are someone who is good in tracing, you still have to
Know the
know what
dynamics
you are
of it.
doing
Yeah,
and
of
then
course.
certain things.
There's a science behind it. You know, you have to. Me, I'm self-educated. Really, I like to learn, so I like to research and learn things. So there's a science behind it in terms of knowing the different layers of skin, knowing different types of skin,
Okay.
knowing when or which skin type to use, either color or no color. Because that skin, if you use color on it, it doesn't show that well because the pigmentation of the skin will cover that color and make it darker. Unlike on a white or a light skinned lady or a light skinned gentleman, it will be bright because their pigmentation is less. So all these things are behind it. I mean, I've had a couple of my nurse and doctor clients who have actually said, they've asked me if I've gone to medical school or something.
Okay.
Because there is a science behind it. There are medical terms and things you need to know.
Behind it,
especially,
yeah.
yes, especially knowing first aid. Because a lot of people don't know first aid in Ghana
Yeah,
specifically. So if somebody is choking right now, you don't know what to do.
Yeah,
If
it's true.
somebody is having a heart attack, you don't know what to do. These are things you need to learn on the go. And with tattooing, if you tattoo on a person for a long period of time, the person's body goes through in a state of shock because there's a limitation to everybody's level of pain.
Yeah.
So when it goes for
Yeah.
like 13, 15 hours, some people will start feeling cold and then hot, like a feverish kind of feel. And when that happens, you should know that that person is the body, it has hit their threshold. So they are virtually going into a state of shock. So if you know and you notice this thing, that's why you need to communicate with your clients.
Yeah.
Make them feel comfortable, ask them, are they okay? How are they feeling through it? And then when you do and you realize this thing, you tell them that you know something, let's just end it for today. Then we'll come back tomorrow, or no, not tomorrow, probably a couple of days so that the person can rest their body
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
And then,
So,
and
yeah.
then manage the pain.
Yeah, because I mean, hey,
Ebusa for tattoo business no enye business ketwa. I mean say ye nim nyama a ekomu obi te baabi ohun ne say ya de pa obi hu ne say nya de pa obi hu ne say ye say What sorry keke say we tattoo. I want to mean you. It comes with a whole lot because you need to know what you are doing. And all kano, oh yama nipano, say any yano. Because pain will move on to me and the any ya too much. Any ya be brave one will collapse a crash. And to yana who say any yana na wo shemuna. Then you reduce by a biaone kasa, do you feel the pain or so be a dunemi yapa na wejai. No I'm on time. Oh dear, young function next week. Maybe by next week, no ajiji na home kakra. Oba no ma to aso if baby a mo de start fee and na mo de ewie ye no. Na mo start fee o. Na to aso. Yen koso ne ehwe. Enkofo bebrebe wonder de kunti a mehwe me phone so. We questions are enuanom ahwefo omo person ni bisa we na bi mo send questions ni bi ama me. Na ye nia ye bisa ni nia ka ho. Nti na ese bibi a comment. Se na be a ye nya ideas ni bi a na enso ye de bibi aka ho. Adwene ni baako for trim mpacho ebe na membu ni ya na mo consider me kakaka you know sana me no so as we are so I'm just looking on the phone and then trying to ask questions about what people would love to ask, questions that people would love to ask. Some have sent their questions to me, so if you see me looking on my phone, it's not because of I'm just exempting myself from the whole thing, but I'm part of it. I'm just looking at what it's here. And then so next question is that when did you identify that this is your talent, you would love to do this? When did you identify it?
I mean, I don't think...
When did you get to know that no, I think let me go into tattoo, I can do it?
I don't think it's a matter of identifying if this is a talent to do tattooing, because I feel like every tattoo artist would say that they are an artist, first of all. So identified as being an artist long time ago, because I had the passion for sketching, drawing, and painting. And at a point in time, at later parts of my life, like early parts of my life, I wanted to be an architect. But I never liked math. So after doing, normally when you do visual arts in Ghana, I mean, you end up mostly because there's no specific work that you can enter into like Ghana here. When you do visual art, either you are working by the wayside or the street art or something like that. It's not that things are changing, but I inverted what I know and what I love to do, because it's always best to do what you love to do.
It has to be a passion.
So I inverted that and turned it into tattooing and piercing. I'd already started doing the jewelry, because I was one of the first people to actually make Shambhala and not know what Shambhala was. I was using my sister's ribbon to weave, and then I started using my shoelaces. I used to go to Makola and buy shoelaces and put beads through it and then weave it. And then a friend of mine from London came and was like, "Oh, bro, how is Shambhala in Ghana?" I'm like, "What the hell is that?"
But we'll come to the bead side. I realized that you don't only do tattoos. Tattoo, he does tattoos, piercing, all type of piercing. Here we're from there, no. We have the ears, all around the ears, no, tekrema, ano, everywhere. Meka everywhere, Mr. We say for Mr. Tattoo, the piercing, everywhere. So everywhere, there were cameras, so we can watch them later. And you know, he does every type of tattoos, but professionally. Who show you here? Your screen waha, your autumn glasses, quality shades. Or beats, maybe wahani and the other course are but we'll take it one after the other. So, whilst I have tattoo, nesono. Okay, so what we want to know, and then people watching us want to know, is that do tattoos have meaning?
Well, I wouldn't say tattoos. I think it's artwork. Every artwork has meaning, because if an artist is inspired by something and does an abstract act, it means something to the artist and for the artist to express to people. But as we came to meet the tattooing, the artists who created some designs like tribal, new school tattoo, old school tattoo, biomechanic, how do you call it, realism. All these things are names given to specific type of art. Not the tattoo itself, but they are specific type of art, but then we've incorporated it by doing it on people's skin. So we have designs which, like, let's say we have these tribal designs that are made from designs from the Northmen, from the Vikings.
Yeah.
Now, they had meanings to that.
Okay.
So if you are doing that, you should know the implications or the meanings behind. Just like in Africa, we have the Adinkra symbols. We have names for it.
Yeah.
We have meanings to it.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of the tattoo artist making sure that there's a meaning behind it. It's just a matter of when you pick your design, you, the individual or the client, know that there's a meaning behind the design you picked.
Yeah.
So then it makes it put a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
There are some that are done in memories of their late family,
Yeah.
parents,
Yeah.
mother, people who
Yeah.
have gone through cancer survivors, and they use the ribbon, which I don't know who created that thing to represent a cancer survivor or a cancer thing. So that thing is representing that. So there's meaning behind it, and yes, still, I'll say there are some that is no meaning. Like there really isn't meaning. Like if you do an abstract splash, this in tattoo design, what's the meaning of that? It's because probably the person wanted that. So really, I feel like it's the design and what you pick, and yeah, that's just it. It will mean something to the person, but it may not mean anything to anybody else.
Yeah.
So tattoos are personal. I always tell
Yeah.
people when they come, I always try to have a consultation with them and let them know that tattoos are personal to you, the individual. Don't be doing it for people. Do it for yourself, and when you are happy with it, others will appreciate it.
Can I say, or can somebody say, tattoo is for a specific genders?
There's no gender.
Okay.
There's no gender because I consider tattooing as an art form, and as long as everybody who has sense and reasoning appreciates art, it's for you. Even children love art. When a child takes a paper and a crayon and starts drawing, because they have some sense of art in them. Everybody has art in them. It's just that some people don't know how to tap into it. But as long as you can appreciate art, it's for everybody. Tattooing can be done for everything. It's just that now that Ghana is actually opening up to the whole tattooing industry and all that, because people are now realizing that it is not as some mentalities were. Because they say there's this stereotype that if you have tattoos, you're a bad person.
Yes.
But
it's true.
It's not, because most people, especially one of the main questions most people ask me is that, hey, I'm a tattoo artist and I don't have tattoos. And I'm like, but what has me, the artist, got to do with having a tattoo on me? I do have a tattoo, but it is not in any
Place that you see.
place, because
Yes.
it's personal to me.
Yes, it's personal.
Unless I
Yeah.
show you.
Yeah.
It is very open,
Yeah.
but most people's mind don't go on it,
Yeah.
because I decided to put it there because that is where I wanted it. Placement of tattoos are very important too, because it represents you, the person. Now, I've had clients that they used to wear long sleeves on a daily basis, and I've done tattoos for them on their arms, and they stopped wearing long sleeves. Now they wear short sleeves
Because they want people
show it off.
yeah, they want to
Yes.
show it off. Yeah.
So that's a fashion sense person.
Yeah.
But people who are doing it in, let's say you've lost a child, I'm sure you want it somewhere that is close to you. So
Yeah.
most people will do their child's name because they've lost them on their heart area or their rib area.
Yeah.
Most of the time, those
Yeah.
places are covered. So it's to the individual personality and
Yeah.
their preference on what they want in life, basically. But it's for everybody, really. It's for everybody to enjoy the art and all that. Because I feel like I want to do tattoos for people that when you see from afar, you would actually want to come to the person and ask them, wow, is this a real tattoo? Like, wow, this is beautiful. Not that you see it and like, just walk away. Because at least you should allow people to appreciate your work. So I plead with people when they come, they should be creative, or they should allow me to be more creative. But
Yeah.
Ghanaians are scared
Yeah.
of creativity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So you have tattoos, but then they are all hidden.
it's not hidden. It's very open, but unless
People
I tell
don't
you,
see.
Yes, your mind doesn't go on it.
Yes.
Unless I tell you.
Yeah.
And then when you
Yeah.
look at it, you'll be like, oh,
There's-
I would have noticed a long time
Okay.
ago if I knew
Okay.
that. Yes, but
Okay.
it's so open right now, and it's so open.
So can you show us one
It's-
that is
it's
open?
on my leg. It's on my leg. I did it on my ankle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My
It was
Achilles
for-
heel area.
So he just said it. It wasn't hidden.
Sorry for
It's
my
just
leg.
that I didn't even take notice of. So, but you see,
Yeah.
he has showed us this is very simple and it has a meaning.
Of course.
What you did has a meaning.
So with this, in business, we have the pyramid of success.
Okay.
So I don't want to just be successful. I want to be successful and have relation and be meaningful to people. So I did a pyramid overlapping itself.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
the vase, which is our name,
Okay.
but which is my company name, so Vase Design. I believe
Okay.
in my
Yeah,
business and
yeah,
what I'm doing.
yeah.
There's the Eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye,
Yeah.
because I believe that we all see things, but we just sometimes ignore it.
Okay.
So I choose to see and continue to see. This is one of the African symbol for strength, because what I pray for mostly is strength to keep going on. Because hey, Africa is hard, Ghana is hard, and if you don't have the strength and the resilience to keep going on, you will break down and be one of those who fell off the wagon. So yeah, that's just it.
Fellas, this is touching, yeah. All the explanation is given to me makes sense to me. I don't know about you. This is my opinion. The tattoo has
A story.
a story.
Yes.
And when he was saying it, I was just like, I don't want to go there. So, listen, nobody forces you to do tattoos.
Hey.
Whatever you want to know about tattoos, today we are telling you. Pick the one that you want from it. And the one that you don't want, it's your own opinion. It doesn't mean that everybody don't have to do tattoos. People love it. And I tell you, people do it every time. People do it every time. Today, there are people queuing for today. Just after the interview, they are coming in to do their tattoos. And trust me, you can't see these people in town and tell them that they have done tattoos, so they are ruffians, they are bad people. And the people I'm seeing are responsible people. Very responsible and nice looking people. And if I tell you these people are going to do tattoo, you'll be shocked. And so nipa we no why tattoo. Na say or long sleeve. And now why tattoo no one ho. Na say who ne body ah. You might think say the person doesn't have a tattoo.
Yeah.
But the person is having a tattoo, it's just hidden. Or the see
A tattoo doesn't change you, the individual.
it doesn't change you. Okay, it
That
doesn't
mentality
change you.
needs to
It's
stop.
true.
Yeah.
So your machines that you use, how safe? These are one thing people wonder. Hey, you using a machine for somebody and then you use the same machine for the next person, and then blood, going here and there. And what can you tell us? How safe it is and how healthy?
I mean, the machine itself, normally, as a tattoo artist, you always have to have at least 2 or 3 available. I have 6, and they are not cheap. One of them is about $700. And I have 2 wireless machines, and the rest are all cabled. Like, I use a cable to connect to it. But that's just the machine itself. What gets contact to people is the needles. Now, the olden time, we used to use the long needles. Some people still use it, but now we have cartridges, which are needles but made in a short form that we fix it onto this. I'll show you probably when we are done with this. And with that, they are all, sanitized and in a case where no air and things can go. So when you're doing it for a client, normally I value my clients so much. So when I'm about to do a tattoo for you, I open it in front of you.
Okay.
Don't ever go to a tattoo artist and then the tattoo artist has opened everything set there before they do the work.
Okay.
Because,
you have to see
yes,
what is going on
yes,
in there.
because when you open it and you leave it there and the door is opening and stuff like that, tattoo is supposed to be done in an enclosed area.
For infection.
Yes, because
To avoid infection.
yes,
Yeah.
if you go to the hospital and you go to a surgery room, it's enclosed.
Yeah.
There's no fan. That's why you don't see any fan here.
Yeah.
Most people who do it with the windows open and stuff, it's not safe. But this is Ghana we are in. So when you open it, then you start working on the person. The person sees that you've opened it fresh. Now the needles, you throw it away after you are done.
Oh, okay. So you
there's
don't
no-
reuse
I don't do
the
that.
needle. Okay.
I've heard some people who do,
Okay.
which is very wrong. I don't know why they keep the needles and soak it in glass of alcohol and vinegar and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense. Why are you soaking it for? Why are you keeping it for? You're supposed to dispose of it. So I dispose of it. And the inks, we have little cups that we pour the inks into. Now, when you finish and there's some ink remaining into it, you're supposed to dispose of it. So sometimes when my clients are here, when I'm removing my gloves, I take it, add it to the glove and wrap it with it and then dump it so that they can see that it's going away. That's where we lose our money too, because if you come and do a dot and I pour the ink, I have to pour the ink enough that the needle wouldn't touch underneath when it's picking it.
Yeah.
So when I do the dot and all that ink is remaining, I can't pour it back into the container. That'll be cross-contamination. So I have to pour it away. And that's where we lose our money. But at the same time, it's a service that we give to make sure that people are safe.
Wow, safe.
Oh, yeah.
Safe. Wow. For it's to an interview in the Meniaji. I think there is a whole lot of things that we are learning today. People don't know. And I know a lot of people are watching this and they go like, Javas, today you've given me an interview that I want to hear. What he's saying basically, tattoo na ye huno, machine na ye de ye tattoo no, enye noa na ye sign de ye obi foforo de. Tete no na ye wo pane a omo de ye na ewa no, pane tenten no. Na ye de ye no, sisi a na asesa no, ye nyusu pane tenten ni bio. Ya ye nkete wo ho no mo a, wo yusu wi a, untimi mfa nyusu mo obi foforo. Pane no ebi ni ne waso ne se pane no se na tie ye sili nti se obie ano na so yusu ma wa o yusu we ni ma owie na ototwene se na tie bia no on yusu we emfa ma obi foforo biom enu nti na nipa ba ku bia ewo ni pin na o yusu ma no enti dia na o kire ne se o yusu we ni wie a ototwene enye we so pe ink na o de ya ma no o yusu ink ni wie a ontimi yusu ink ni ma obi foforo enza o balance also wa be dot dot no woni meaning ebia wi ase no start in fake ketwa obekọ kese no wa sa ato it wo dot de ketwa ba akoro ketwa na o ba be no tattoo no o yusu ma sa ketwa ni wie na obeto atwene enza wo balance o se ketwa no kwa oju ebia sika se ya o si na dot ketwa se de ne boarding. Listen, let's just consider the fact to say ade no de ye no o ye ketwa ne ma wie a ototwene ink na ka no be hwe ni nyina ego so no ade ba ko san kan nsa me kan wo twi no mama ti asenze o say tattoo anka say yenye no bebi a ye petem to say outside and ye be window ni be ye wo bebi a ya to bibia mu amfa manhye da amfa ho because e krokra no anasa wo koye operation kra na bebi ye operation kra fa ni o if you say e kro no ye eba ho no na en wo say bibi enya infection ni twi ni di ni mu na me sheda but e was enya infection nje busa for eno no na ma ye no e wo baby a ye enclose say no se na be ya bi fama mfa efi efutro ne sa anyama ni nya nkonkoma problem bia enkoba and so this is very very beautiful. I mean all this while I was thinking that these things are being put in a sterilizer thing that it's used for everybody.
No.
And I go like, hey, how can one guy who has money, he doesn't live a good life, would come and do tattoo, and so one guy who is living a good life and then would mix blood and because there is so much sicknesses and all that. But now I've understood that, I mean, when you do one, you throw the whole thing away.
That's why the tattoo industry is a very, very expensive industry.
Yes. If you want a cheap one, you get a cheap one. And then the cheap one also comes with its own problem.
The industry is very expensive. And the funny thing is that, you see, Ghana here, we don't manufacture any of these things. We ship everything into the country. The price that I charge when I travel, I can't charge it here. If I charge it here, most people will not even want to pay for it. But you want the same standard work. So I try to charge very moderate so that everybody can afford it. But yes, still, you find people who will come and tell you that, oh, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, bring it down.
Yeah.
I think it's a Ghanaian thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it's one city, they'll tell you that, oh, bring it down for
yes.
me. Oh,
once you mention the price there, better so.
It's
I know the also back from our better so.
But you see, the mistake that most people do is, you see, there's a funny thing with art and the artists.
Yeah.
So if you come to me and I'm happy and I'm doing your work for you, I'll use that energy of me being happy to do the work for you. If you come and I'm sad or I'm angry, it will reflect in my work. Because it's the energy I'm using at the present moment you came, is what I'm presenting to you. So if you come to your artist and you don't respect your artist, that's one. You don't offer your artist the price he's giving you for its art, for his time, his artistry, his equipment that he's using and stuff like that. it's not going to make him happy. That's one. I try not to be emotional with my business because a lot of people are going through stuff and they come here with that energy. So I try to be more professional and ignore those things, and in my mind, make sure that I'm happy.
I was just about to ask you that. So if you are not happy and somebody comes and is doing a tattoo, does it mean that because you are not happy that day, you are just going to do the tattoo and add your emotions to it?
The best is not to do it. Schedule them for another day.
That's the best thing I think, because somebody who does that, hey, then when I go there, first of all, I have to ask him, are you happy?
Yes.
Did you sleep well? Are you okay? Because if I don't ask that and I sit down and he's not in a good mood, then automatically my tattoo is not going to be nice.
Exactly. I appreciate my Ghanaian clients who have been with me for years because they've understood what I do and how I do it. I appreciate my foreign clients even more because when they come and they see the kind of work I do, they realize that it's international work, but yet still the price is cheaper than what they get over there.
Yeah.
Because if they come and I'm doing a work for them, which is like probably $2,000, I don't charge $2,000 here.
Yeah.
I charge way less than that. So when they hear that, they're like, am I sure? So because of that, they even tip me.
After the
let's
whole
say $10,
thing.
$20, $50. 2 years ago, I had a film crew from the US come to is it Movenpick? Yes, Movenpick. And somebody recommended me to their director. So when I went, I did the artwork for him. And when I left and I got to 37, he called me back and was like, yo, Vaz, do you mind coming back? A couple of my crew members want to get some. I said, okay, sure. So I went back and I ended up tattooing almost 9 people.
Whoa.
At that spot. And trust me, they were so nice to me. They tipped me on top of
9 people.
Some were giving me $50 as tip. And apparently, as I did the 9, some were actually in London that they also wanted to do some. So I was running out of needles because I thought I was going to do one person. So I had to drive to Tema, get more supplies of my needles, and go back there. I eventually spent the whole night there and the next morning there.
Yeah, because...
And this makes me happy because at the end of the day, people are valuing my work, are valuing my worth. And I'm happy because doing all of them, I'll get tired. But because they were treating me right, some will even bring me food, some will bring me water, and I'm like, oh no, you can just put it down. I want to finish with everybody first. So that gives me the energy to keep doing it. So if you appreciate your artists will want to put their all into the work that they're doing for you too.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
So does it mean you charge USD? You charge in dollars?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't charge in USD, but most of my foreign clients, when they come and I charge, they convert into USD. If they have USD currency on them, then they pay.
But you take CDs.
I do.
I wish I for CDs. So I meant $1 in any body.
Oh no,
I
charge in CDs, but whatever currency you want to pay me in, USD, Euro, pounds, whatever, I still take it.
So how is your charges like?
I have kept my prices for more than 9 years the same. So this year I decided to change my price and add a little bit to it. First,
but does it vary from the kind of tattoo you are doing? Depends on the price. That's what I want to.
The starting rate is from 400 going.
400 cedis.
Yes.
Okay.
But then it depends on the.
Is it the dot?
Yes, the dot is the 400.
Because
if you're writing a name and the name is about this long and there's no shading in it, it's also 400.
Okay.
But if you are doing a name that is about this long and there's shading in it, the price will go up because the shading means that you are adding a different there's a needle into it.
Yeah.
Because we have the liner needle and we have the shader needle.
Yeah.
So if I'm putting in 2 needles and I'm adding more ink because of shading, I'm using more material, so the price will bump up.
Yeah.
So depending on what you are doing, the size and the artwork that goes into it, then the price varies from that.
Okay. Yeah. Fellows, when you don't be scared of the 400 cedis. It's normal. It's something that you would love. The tattoo is beautiful, and when you come and then you feel that you want a discount, Javas, we are here to help you out. We will just tell him that you watched the video from Javas and then that's why you are here, and then he will give you a discount, but doesn't mean that a way off discount. He might give you a little discount, but doesn't mean too that you go and tell everybody tell him that you want. It's a period of time for that discount, and when that time passes, you have to pay the
No,
normal
I do
price.
give discounts.
Yeah. Oh,
Especially
okay.
when you come and you're doing more than 2 tattoos,
You
I
give
give you a
discounts,
discount because definitely I'm also here to make sure that you guys
Yeah.
are happy.
Yeah.
And I've added this to my business, which is called the Saturday Madness.
Okay.
So Saturday Madness is basically only on Saturday. I have an album of over 100 designs in it.
Okay.
You come, you look through the album. If you like any of them, you pick one. You pay 300 cedis.
Wow.
Which is even lower than my starting rate.
Yeah.
But it's only on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yes.
Okay.
So you pick whatever design in it, pay 300 cedis, and I do it for you. If you pick 2, it's times 2. If you pick 3, there's a
Times
discount with it.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what I'm doing right now. So every Saturday.
I was for Wasumu. Enti we cry the sign a cool chop. Or say every Saturday. You any say or album be or hold more. And no Saturdays in kwa. Oba or year album name our designs or be 100 and something thousand designs near womb. Ushemu a dia open no. Ebi abechusu bia no flat or be about 300 cedis. Uchusu 2 are 600 cedis. But 53 tattoos air corner. Obesa ma another day. Obesa tso kra sama. Where Saturdays in kwa umpe we na apeden. Upesa tattoo a me remember Saturday. No abechusu unless say me designer me peno.
It's not in it.
Ebi ni album no mu.
Exactly.
I know the say nde uchusu there you would have to pay depending on the way. But say wo ebi wo mu nko there. And I hope whatever they choose, if they don't know the meaning, you can tell them the meaning so that they will know.
To them.
Channel, remember review, subscribe. Me a button no hono. Button no me so subscribe na video bia bia fama na like share so ka ho. Ebusia ye be twa ye ho ne aba. Sankofa digital paintings. Nyomo ye ni some digital paintings on board. Ye frame ne camera. Ye picture no ne kese bia wo pe bia no. Now they are surprise wa dofo. O maame, wo sister, wo nua, obi ware, obi de ne birthday, wo hu dia abeto ama no. From our telephone number so 0245 925593 0245 925593. From na place we order. They will not disappoint you. I can tell you honestly. They will bring the painting to you and you will love it. Ye so a Manna to Go restaurant and lounge our Tama Committee 9. Dia ope bia no koho aduane bia ope bia continental fufu eno ye local ne eyinim ni nyina Monday to Sunday. Ose 1 AM kra no kwa obeye aduane ama. Enuanom ko didi ewo Manna to Go restaurant and lounge. Committee 9 junction mu ha unya ra junction mu on your left obehu Manna to Go ewo ho no mo. Okay, we are back from the break. It was just a short break. So what we want to know is that those doing the tattoos, where they choose to do the tattoo, does it have a meaning to it? Like doing the tattoo, the placement. If I should do it on my chest, this part of my chest, does it have a meaning, or those ones are just preference to the person where he or she wants to do it?
It is preference, but if they're doing something like something that is heartfelt to them, let's say maybe you're doing your kid's tattoo on you, their name, their portrait, maybe you're doing your mother, your sibling, somebody who's passed away, which is dear to your heart. You do it close to where your heart is. So your chest, to the left side of your chest, your lower rib area, that's it. But then apart from that, you just preference to the person and how they want it. Because some people don't want their tattoos to be seen.
Okay.
So they'll rather do it in the inner part of their sleeve, so that whenever they wear something, it will cover it up. Some people want it to be seen, so they do it in an open place. So it's just preference basically.
Alright. So I get that point. One thing I also want to know is that not only me, even some viewers want to know some of the questions they asked me to ask. We heard that you travel a lot. You do travel a lot. Is it that you go for a business or it's for a leisure? If it's business, do you go outside to do tattoos for people outside Ghana?
Yeah, of
Or
course.
most of your tattoos are mainly done in here, Ghana?
Most is done here, but at least I try at least once a year to travel and work outside. When I have bookings, but sometimes I am available for bookings though. So if you book and you have like a studio, you have a salon, and you want to do tattoo, you want me to come and do tattooing there, you have clients already ready. I always encourage you to make for them to make a deposit, because even if you're making a booking, you make a deposit for it.
Yeah.
So when you make a deposit, those deposits secure your booking. Then they use that money to book my ticket, and then my accommodation, or if it's necessary, or maybe they'll let me stay with them, and then I fly over and then I work with them at their studio or wherever they want to secure me to be able to work. Yes.
Yeah, so mainly, what kind of countries do you normally?
So far,
where exactly you have a lot of clients? Let's say that way. The rest of the country is fine. But
right now, I'll say it's South Africa, because I went there a couple of years ago and I was working for like 2 weeks straight, and we had people lined up going outside, and in the evening we have to end it and then give them numbers so that they will come from that number, and then we continue.
Yeah.
And I still have people messaging me to go back there, but in a way, South Africa is a bit risky right now.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons I haven't gone back there. But I would love to go there, because that place is beautiful. And I mean, hey, I'm always looking for the experience to go elsewhere. This year, hopefully, I'm trying to do Europe, but I'm trying to get in contact with some people that can host me, and they have a studio that I can work with and all that. So if not, it's harder. But then I try to do what I can. So yeah.
Because someone says that there is a lot of money in tattoo.
Oh, trust me, there's a ton of money in tattooing. Most of my colleagues that are in Europe and US, they make so much money.
Yeah.
Even more than me.
Yeah.
Because they are all living in mansions. They are traveling all the time. But the thing is, you see, this is Africa. You can't charge what you charge internationally.
Yeah.
Either people will not be able to afford it, or people will not even, they'll criticize you for even charging so high.
Yeah.
But then you see, we do the same work, we provide the same international standard work,
Yeah.
and we are not getting our value worth of it. But I mean, hey, that's why I try to do it for a price range where everybody can afford. So I'm looking at the masses. I'm not looking at the individuals. I'm looking at the masses that I'll get. And yeah, I put a lot of emphasis in customer service, because as we all know, customer service is not all that good in Ghana. So I put a lot of emphasis, especially my clients who are tested that. You go to my Google page, you look at the reviews, you see their comments, people from Ireland, Australia, Canada, France that have passed through here. They all tell you how the customer service is compared to other people in Ghana here that they've gone to. Because I remember there was a family that wanted some tattoo to do, a mother and two daughters. They all wanted to do tattoos, and they were living in Kaswa. Like when they came into the country, they were living in Kaswa. I think they are from Canada also. And they called a tattoo artist, which I cannot mention his name. I don't put down anybody.
Oh yes. I mean.
So they called him, and the way he spoke to them, they didn't like it. Because at the end of the day, people are calling you for service. You can't be aggressive and mean to them. So they decided to get in touch with me, and they drove all the way from Kaswa to come to Tema to get the work done, which I appreciated, and they loved my work, and they took me on top of it. So I feel like sometimes some people, when they call and they're just living in Accra here, they're living just like, let's say, somewhere like East Legon, Cantonment, airports, and they don't want to even come to the studio. But if you want a home service, you have to pay for the home service.
Yeah.
We carry our equipment and stuff. There's no insurance that goes on it. So the fee for us coming is part of the insurance for us.
Yeah.
So if anything happens on the way, we can make sure that our equipment are secure. The money we charge for home services is not even worth one of my machines. So sometimes I wonder why sometimes some people are headstrong about requesting for a home service, and then they'll say, oh, it's too expensive. So how is it too expensive? Especially the furthest I've gone is Cape Coast. And Cape Coast, the person paid 500 cedis
from just me coming, excluding the work.
Yeah, you're full.
Exactly.
And then stress.
Dansuman and stuff, I take like, depending on Dansuman which side, I take like 250 for the home service. That's excluding your work. And let's say airports and cantonments, is they gone thereabouts, depending on the distance or where you are. I use the Google Map, so with that I can tell. So sometimes 180, sometimes 220, 280, depends on the distance. So I don't think it's much, especially for the services which you're going to get.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be in the comfort of your home.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pack everything up, put it into a vehicle, my car, and then come all the way to you. Even if it happens to me on the way, it's got nothing to do with you.
Of course.
So we have to take care of ourselves too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I want to also know is that I hear they clean, some people clean the tattoos.
Yeah.
But why would you do a tattoo and then you later decide to go and clean it?
Example is when people do their spouse, I discourage against it.
You go and do your boyfriend
name
or your girlfriend's name or the pictures on your body. When you end up breaking up with the person and then you come back and you said, I want to clean it.
So most tattoo artists I've realized in Ghana, they don't advise them. But that's where you go for consultation. When you come here, I'll tell you, it's not the best idea to do. I've had clients that, even though I've given them my recommendations and I've advised them, they didn't listen and they said they wanted, nothing was going to happen. They've come back 2 years later for me to do a cover up for them. If they are watching, they know themselves. I don't mention names.
Don't mention names. Don't mention names.
But yes,
yeah,
I've had police officers come and do tattoos with me.
Yeah.
And it's their spouse.
Yeah.
And they brought their spouse. And I asked the spouse that, oh, will you also do your ladies? And they said no. I think if you listen to their response, if they are not willing to do your name and they are saying they are bringing you to come and do their name, why would you come along?
Thank you.
I know love is sweet, but
I know you should not go that.
We should be sensible.
Let's just leave it there before. Yeah, it was outside America. No, say oh, no fubi, so that what to do more. Say they na, oh no, dofu. Akona kwa tattoo. Why you no ne picture too? And I be a fan of no anye bi. Maybe yawa obey you. Upe. If I draw your face on myself, or I put your name on my body or something, you have to do the same. There and there. Because I don't know why I should do it and then you will not do it. Anyway, guys who do that and then we are actually 2 years time. So let's come to this cleaning of it again. I heard the cleaning is even more expensive and painful than even when you are doing it.
Okay, so basically the cleaning is laser cleaning. It's high concentration of electricity targeting the pigmentation of the ink under the skin. So the lead is what is targeting. So with that, it's not a one-time procedure.
Okay.
It's multiple.
Yeah.
So me per se, or myself, I figure a way to do it so that the skin doesn't get damaged so much. Because with the intensity of the laser, it actually burns the skin.
Oh.
So people who go and they realize that they have these burnt patches on their skin. So I do it on a very low frequency, and then so normally they'll do it in sessions. So normally I know that they charge like about 1,008, almost to 2,000 per session.
Per session.
Per session. That's why it's expensive. And then the more you do, you times it by that.
It was for some muti. Tattoo now. Why you not the one I was home pen about Pepano? Pepano boy insane. Oh yeah. Because Pepano, because of every a crow about skin and so you know. Or you know, kakra. And then kakra no per session no would you have 2,000 cedis per session. For cleaning, no. It's over 3 sessions are 6,000 cedis. It's oh yeah and only think about it before you do the tattoo that you come to clean.
No, but that's not me. That's how much they charge out there.
Oh, okay.
But what I do is I look at the artwork and then I see, like, let's say I calculate that, let's say we take like 5, 6, 7, 8 sessions. instead of me charging you per session, and I know that, let's say if I'm charging you 1,500 for the session, and I know that times 10 will be like what, let's say about 8,000 or so. I rather look at it and say, okay, you know something, I'll take you 5,000. You pay it on hand, cash on hand, and you come every 2 weeks until you are satisfied with it.
Oh, okay.
I don't put limitations on
Okay.
it because I want to do it in a way that it allows your skin to heal itself so that you feel comfortable with your own skin.
Okay.
You get it? So that's how I do it.
So with the cleaning, that means that if the person pays the 5,000 cedis, don't you feel in a way that it will get to a point if you have a lot of businesses and then booking? If you have a lot of bookings and people are coming in and out, and this person who has paid 5,000 maybe 3 weeks ago or 3 months ago and is not done cleaning, if he's coming or she's coming, won't you feel that it's a bit bothering because you've already taken the money?
No, that's not how I think at all.
Okay.
My customer comes first.
Okay.
If I take the money, I'm committing myself to you.
Okay.
So regardless of, that's why I do scheduling every 2 weeks to your convenience. So you tell me, you hit me up in advance. Oh, Bas, can I come this week? Okay, when? What time? So if I have clients here, the cleaning doesn't take that long, you know. It can take like about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So basically, if I have clients here, and let's say I'm doing PS and all that, I'm about to do tattoos for them, I'll tell them, oh, excuse me, do you mind just sitting and waiting for me? This my client just comes to do a quick clean up and then you go. I'll do it 5 minutes for you. Then you go, you take care of it. The next 2 weeks, then you come again. I actually encourage people to do that because if you go with the high intensity, we are dark skinned. When we get scars on ourselves, it becomes dark. Unlike the white or the light skinned people, theirs become pinkish. So it kind of fuses with their skin. So I'm trying to think about people's well-being. So I can never be upset over it. I can never be bothered by it. It's not a bother at all. I welcome it. And especially those that they do eyebrow tattooing. You see, just yesterday I had a client come and she said she allowed her friend to experiment on her. And you could see that the edges of the eyebrow, the person drew the edges and shaded it in. So the inside of the eyebrow has patches of her skin in it. So it's not even. I don't do that. I don't draw the eyebrow. When we are doing it, I have a gauge that I mark it to let you know that, oh, this is how you want it and all that. Then I use a marker to do that. Then I do fine lining because our hair is very thin. We use a one liner, create the hair there. So when it heals, it tones down and looks like your natural hair.
Okay.
So you not see differentiation of this side is dark, this side is light, this side, you will not see that. It blends with your skin. So that when all you need to do is just shape your eyebrows whenever you want to and you're good.
Why do people have to take off the eyebrow itself and then do a permanent tattoo?
It's insecurity. That's one. But I don't take off the eyebrow. I shape it according to how you want it.
Yeah.
And then I fill it in because some people, their eyebrows is thin.
Yeah.
So like when I say thin, I'm talking about the texture of their hair.
Yeah.
So they see the skin more.
Yeah.
But they want it to be darker.
Yeah.
So I fill it in with extra hair in terms of lining to create the illusion because it's like creating shadows of your hair there already. So that's just it. But most people, it's just insecurity basically. Recently, I had a client who has receding hairline. So he wanted to fill in the hairline. And we do that, but it's pigmentation. So we do it in little dots. Those dots, you can't grow your hair like ours right now.
No.
Because the differentiation will be there. So when we do that, you're supposed to shortcut, skin cut on
all the time.
Yeah, because then it blends with the whole structure of your head. But you can't go and do pigmentation for let's say your hairline and then you grow it. Of course, that part is not going to grow because already it's not growing unless you go to Russia or somewhere like that and go and do hair implants. But they do that in Ghana though. I know a place in East Lagos that they do that actually.
Okay. So what I want to find out, when you are doing a tattoo as a business, you are using it for a business, is there any chance of you doing any other work? Apart
Of course.
from you doing piercing and other
Of
things?
course, I do. I'm a landscaper. I design landscaping for homes and apartments and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm an interior decorator. This place I did it myself.
Okay.
I organize everything myself and have people work and do it and all that. I do what's it called? Like decor. I'm an IT personnel too, so I do lighting, give people suggestions for equipment they need and stuff like that. I do a lot. It's not just this. It's not just
Alright, so I get information that some people would like to have a TikTok discussion with you,
yeah.
and then they want to talk to you about this tattoo thing, so that people will know what
Yeah,
you
we're
do and all
right,
that. Is there any phone number you would like to put it on?
I mean, my TikTok is just Vaz Designs. All my social media handles are Vaz Designs. But my number itself, my main number that you can reach
Because
me
probably they might like to call you and
Yeah, of course.
book an arrangement with
Sure,
you or
sure.
something.
You can get all my contacts too from my social media handles, but it's 0264 709890. 0264 709890. And you can hit me up on WhatsApp on it, and that's my main line to anytime you can call me, and I'll definitely pick it up and all that. But I do welcome the invitations to be a host for the TikTok lives, because I feel like it's about time that people get information about the pros and cons about tattoos and stuff like that, so that it makes them feel more comfortable and more safe.
Yeah.
So if you have a lot of people too who have gotten tattoos also tell me that it's painful because their previous tattoo artist that did it, it was painful. But the thing is, every tattoo artist is like you braiding your hair. If you go to one person, it's different. When you go to another person, it's different. So when you go to another tattoo artist, it's different from their hands. Most of my clients say that my hands are quite soft. That's why they keep coming back to me. So don't judge me with somebody you've been with, but judge me for me. Okay? So, yeah.
Judge him for him. Do you have apprenticeship? Apprentice around?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Good help.
Why?
Good help is hard to find in Ghana.
Yeah.
Because when they come, they are lazy. They don't want to work. They just want to lazy about. They treat my clients badly. They don't talk to them well. And for a business that I've worked so hard to build out, I'm not going to let you ruin it or talk to my clients anyhow. I'll sack you immediately.
Yeah.
But I do welcome people who want to do apprenticeship, and most of them, I've had doctors even want to do apprenticeship with me.
Really?
I've had
Doctors
who want to do
want to
apprenticeship.
do tattoo apprenticeship.
Yes,
Don't mention names, so.
Of course, I'm not
Okay.
going names. But yeah, but I do welcome it. But sometimes people are scared of it because of the price.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you see, when you're going to do an apprenticeship with a tattoo artist in the US and in Europe that I know of, it's a 2-year thing. The first year, you virtually be cleaning and taking care of the studio and setting up for them and stuff like that, so that you get used to it. The second year is when you actually start drawing. You start drawing on paper and stuff like that. But you see, because of my schedule, I don't have so much time to do it 2 years. So I've actually shortened it for like a month or 2 months, depending on how you are. If you have an art background. So just imagine I'm charging 22,000 for apprenticeship. That's 22,000. I'm buying.
But is it true that you can charge 22,000 for apprenticeship?
Yes.
And there is a lot of money in tattoo making.
No, but the thing is, that 22,000 is not coming to me. I'm buying your machines for you. Which one of the machines that I have is $700? How much is $700?
Wow.
That's 7,000.
Wow.
Out of the thing already. I'm getting your cartridges for you, which are the ink, this is the needles. I'm getting your inks for you, and I'm getting the things that you need to practice with. By the time we are done, I've spent almost like 15,000 already.
Yeah.
So that 5,000 is just for me to pay utilities to take care of you, to make sure that you are learning and my time. That's it. Most people think all that money is going to my pocket, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to be able to let you be practicing with things that you get used to. Equipment that you get used to that. It's not now that when you leave, you're not going to get your own equipment and now have to get used to that.
Yeah.
So when you leave, you carry your bag with you. You can walk out and start working immediately. You start.
Thanks.
Immediately you finish, and I do it so that you learn it quickly. So it will take within a month or 2 months, you get it, and then you go. I didn't have the luxury of learning with anybody. I'm self-taught. I went on YouTube and followed one of the Black Ink Crew guys who has a class that he does on YouTube. And I look at other artists and try to imitate them and learn from them, their mistakes and all that. Me, I'm a self-taught person. I try to self-teach myself and educate myself on things that I love to do.
So if anybody is interested of being an apprentice,
Yeah, of course.
you can contact you.
Yeah, of course.
Guys, if you are interested of being an apprentice to him and then learn this tattoo business, and it's a good business, it will fetch you a lot of money. But listen, you cannot just get up and come. What you have to do is to at least have an idea of how to draw, how to create, how to be able to sketch. Even if you can't draw, you should be able to trace. To trace. You look at something and they ask you to trace the same thing, you should be able to trace the same thing. Even if it doesn't look alike, it should look similar to whatever they've asked you to do. Because if I pay a lot of money for you to do a tattoo on me, and you end up doing something else, which the cleaning is even painful than, you have issue with me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you honestly. Yeah.
I've had people who just want to learn the piercing and not the tattooing.
Yes.
And I've had people who just want to learn the tattooing. So what I've done is, initially I wasn't going to accept that because you can't learn tattooing and not learn piercing.
Yeah, it goes with it.
Yes. So I decided that this time around I'm going to separate it. So with the price, it's going to be divided into two. So since the piercing and the tattooing will be
22,000.
If you are doing just a single one of it, then that means that it's going to be 11,000 for one. So whether the piercing or the tattooing. Yeah.
Apprentice, go and get 11,000 for one, and then come and learn the job. You think there is no money in the business? He's going to take you that amount of money just for you to learn, because he's going to buy you the machines and all that. And if a machine alone costs about 700 USD, guys, you are not playing here. It's different when you are going to learn something else and you are paying less. It's different. This one you pay more, and then you make your money out of it. Okay, so what I want to know is that we will come to the piercing and all that. We will run into it quickly, and then do you have like a membership card or something for all your clients? Or somebody who wants, because somebody who keeps coming severally and then doing tattoos and all that, you should have a membership thing for them. What do you think?
It's not a bad idea, but
Yeah.
I really don't. But then I remember them.
Yeah.
Faces are something I don't really forget, especially when you come continuously.
Okay.
So with those that have always been coming to me, I always give them a discount when they come,
Okay.
especially when it comes to the tattooing.
Okay.
The piercing, I really don't need so much of it.
Yeah.
So it's a tattooing that they come and they keep coming. Anytime they come, after 2 times they come, I give them discounts every time they come. I tell them the original. One thing too I realize is Ghana, they don't like you to tell them the truth. If I'm telling you a price that I've already discounted, then you want more discount. Then it's like I should actually tell you
That means you should actually add more.
an exaggerated
And
price.
And then when the
And then when
person
they
asks
ask
you for
for
discount,
discounts,
then
but I don't like
you
doing
rather
that.
do okay. So
I like to be honest
I
with
get
people.
you. Yeah.
So that's another thing I really don't like. It affects our businesses and stuff like that. But I mean, hey, that's the thing. But they do get discounts with me all the time.
Okay.
Especially if you come and you bring somebody to me. If you introduce somebody to me, I always like to know who gave you my contact, so
Yeah.
that when the person come, I can say thank you. Those that have come with me, they know that every Christmas and some even parts of the year, I give out free stuff.
Yeah.
I've given out bracelets, jewelry, phone cases for free. I give it to them because that's my way of saying thank you to them.
Yeah.
Some that have been lucky have gotten perfumes, scented soaps, scented candles, a whole lot. Like this Christmas, I gave stuff out.
So if you are lucky, whatever comes up.
I never announce it that I'm
Okay.
going to give out stuff, but when you come, because the whole point is to come.
Yeah.
Come and experience vast designs. When you
Okay.
experience vast design, you always leave there with something. Either you leave with knowledge, a great work, or a gift.
Great,
So, okay.
great. That's good. That's a good thing to do, and it makes people come in more and all that. Okay, so what I want to know is that listen, there are these beautiful girls that comes in to do tattoos. Very beautiful girls. You see some of the girls who are coming in for tattoos, you go like, what?
Well, I feel
This kind of girls, when they come in doing tattoos, some are single, some are not single, some are they just broke up yesterday, coming to do tattoo today and all that. When you see these fine girls coming in to do this tattoo and stuff, when they come, how do they handle? I mean, how do you handle them, and then how do professionalism work in this way? Because I know you are going to get a lot of temptations. People are going to, some people will come in, you know, and then at the end of the day, you end up falling in love and all that.
no.
Not you, but what I mean is that I know there are a lot of popular people out there who have challenges when it comes to ladies coming to do tattoo with them and all that, seducing them and all that. How do you find these things?
Well, I can only speak for myself.
Yeah,
One, most of the ladies that come,
yeah,
I say all of them are beautiful.
yeah, yeah,
And I have seen them for so many years. Even in the beginning, because in the beginning I was afraid because it's human skin I'm working on.
yeah,
So that fear of me not wanting to do anything
damage
bad for anybody
the skin. Yeah,
overshadowed my eyes in terms of looking at my clients in any way. So when they come, in my mind, I'm like, I hope I don't do anything wrong. I hope I don't do a bad work for them. I hope everything is nice and clean for them. So that overwhelms me that I don't, sometimes I even forget their face, especially when they come one time. And then the next time they come, they're like, oh, you don't remember me? And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I really don't. I deal with a lot of people. But as time went on, you see, when you do a lot of private parts and you see a lot of beautiful women, it becomes, you become numb to it.
yeah,
I see some, I mean, I can count a few people that I've seen that I was like, oh wow, you're beautiful. And me, I don't mind telling you or giving you a compliment that you're beautiful. But it doesn't move beyond that because I value my business.
yeah.
Women can make you and break you. They can lift you up and they can throw you to the gutters.
Okay.
So I value my clients and I don't think about whether they are single or they are whatever. I try to respect them. And I mean, there's been some times when people have said, oh, like some of my guys who come here sometimes just to visit me or see what I'm doing, they're like, oh, don't you see that this girl is checking you out and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't, because I'm too focused on what I'm doing.
That's it.
So when they tell me, I'm like, oh, really? Well, if she hasn't said anything, it's life. Life goes on.
That's it.
And I don't try to pursue them and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, you have to respect your work.
Yeah.
You don't, excuse my language, you don't shit us where you eat.
Yeah.
So I value my work. I want Vast Designs to be a household name. I want it to be something that I can even, if I have children, I can leave it to them at least, or have it that there's different branches.
Okay.
There is, so I wouldn't want to tarnish it. And honestly, me, I think I'm too focused on my work.
Yeah.
I'm too focused.
When
on my
you
work.
said children, would you like your children to do the same?
I would
with
love
tattoo
them
bus-
to.
tattoo business.
I started late. I'll say I started late, but if I had kids, from the time they can hold a pen, I'll let them start drawing.
Okay.
I wouldn't force them,
Yeah.
but knowledge is power. So
Yeah.
if you know how to do it, that's beautiful. If you have interest in doing what that is doing, I would encourage you.
Yeah.
I would push you and help you to become better than me,
Yeah.
because that's what I feel a parent should do, to make sure that their children become better than them. So that's just it. I would love my kids to follow after me.
That's great.
I would love that.
Everybody, and you might not like your children to do, but listen, tattoo. It's in Ghana here we say it differently, but I think now it's becoming something common for people to now do. Years past, not tattoo endorse on sa. Also be a tattoo pa, and no a top notch gangster pa. But and then I mean, tattoo is normal. Obiya tattoo, poponia tattoo. Our problem be anyhow. Do you have an age limit for your clients? If a 16 years old child or 12 years old child walking in and say, listen, I've got the money. My driver brought me. My father said the driver should bring me. My mother said the driver should bring. I want to do tattoo. I'm ready to pay. Do you have an age limit?
I would have to speak to your father then.
Even if the child is 15 years.
I would have
If
to,
the father says you do it.
I would have to.
Is it part of your policy?
I would have to confirm it with the father. Because there's an age limit of 18.
Okay.
If you're 18 and below and your parents, I've had people that their parents have brought them here to do tattoos and piercings.
Okay.
And I love that. I'm so happy to actually see that in Ghana because it doesn't really occur that much. So that means that your parents are open-minded. It's better for your parents to hold your hand and take you to go and do the tattoo or the piercing at the right place than for you to walk yourself and go and do it at the wrong place. So I actually do welcome it, and yes, I do have a policy against doing this for minors. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay. All right. So the tattoo, when they come and they are doing the tattoos, especially the ladies or even the gents, is there what are some of the parts they really do? I know there are sensitive parts of the body where, Charlie, the breasts and some other parts.
Fortunately for me, I'm not the type that I like to post the private parts out there.
But do people come to do those kind of stuff?
If you follow my Instagram and my TikTok, you see that I have posted some boobies because that one, the client told me that, oh, Vas, I would love it if you could post me. But the rest, in terms of the cleavage, the cleavage I posted, yes, but like the nipple piercings, the clit piercings, the clit tattoos, camel toe tattoos, the ass tattoos, in between the thigh tattoos, those ones, I don't like to take any pictures and videos because I want to respect my clients and I want to respect their privacy. So
yes, it's good.
Yeah, even the eyebrow tattoo, I've done some for some ministers, their wife, and I don't take videos because they didn't want their face to show.
Wow.
So I have to respect that. So sometimes people will like, oh, Babas, we don't see a lot of your eyebrow tattoo. It's not my fault.
No. The client says don't post, you can't
post. I have to respect my clients. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. But yeah, there are some private parts that I
did you say clit?
Yeah. And it's not the clit that we pierce. It is the skin that covers the clit.
Mm-hmm.
It can be peeled back or moved forward. So most people think is the clit itself that we pierce. It's not the clit that we pierce.
You pierce the thigh and all that.
No, that's the tattooing on the thigh.
The tattooing on the thigh.
Yeah, in between, close to the something. But it's like asking a gynecologist how you feel about
yes.
We become
No,
numb to it.
I want to be an apprentice.
That's what I mean by a lot of people want to be apprentices. I have my neighbors for paparazzi them. Paparazzi is my self-acclaimed assistant.
Yeah.
Because of these things, they want to see these ladies. But honestly, I respect my clients a lot, so I wouldn't let somebody come and just sit in because of that. But when I'm doing private parts, I always encourage them to come with either their spouse, a loved one, family, friend, or something, or else. If it's a lady, I'll call a lady in. None of the guys have come here to do a private part or anything like that.
I think it's a good idea. I agree with you because
I respect
whatever it is, if the two of you are here, anything can happen. Not you doing anything, but this person can just forge something on you and just say, listen, he did this, he did that, and then nothing like that happened. So, and then if they come with their clients, their spouse and all that. So they stand there and they watch you,
of course,
do the tattoo over there.
I had a client that she came to do a tattoo in the middle of her cleavage, and she came with her guy, and I was asking her to just open her top and then use the top to cover her boobs and ties at the back. But then she was like, "Oh, Charlie, let me take it off. What have you seen before? Because I've done a couple of tattoos for her on her ribs and stuff like that." And I said, "Hold on," and I asked the guy, "Oh, boss, are you okay if she takes it off?" Because she wants to take it off. You know that I'm asking to take it off. She wants to take it off so that I can feel free to be able to do my work properly. He said, "Oh, go ahead." And then he himself saw how professional I am, so he respected me to know that I'll handle it with care. So that's why I always say that. I always tell people that when you're coming to me, know that you're in good hands. Because I was trying to make sure that you're okay. Even yesterday, I had a client who came to change her belly ring. She was wearing a dress, a short dress, and she couldn't raise the top. It's a dress, so she has to raise the whole thing.
From the down.
Yes, I gave her a towel. She covered herself.
Yeah.
I had one who also came. She didn't really care. She's wearing a panty, but she just said, "Oh, we'll wear her fast. Just do it." And she raised it, and she was gone. And we're smiling and laughing and everything. So I do my work with professionalism, and I respect my clients.
We prepare 11,000. Yes, I'm going for 11,000. I'm going to look for 11,000. I'll be an apprentice. It's just going to be fun. I just want to learn the way. I'm just learning the way. That's all I want to learn because it's amazing. I mean, it's very interesting.
Oh jeez.
So, but big man, guys, let's be honest. Tattoo people are really doing tattoos, and if people if we should know people who are doing tattoos and we say everybody should take their addresses off, trust me, your neighbor might be the one you least even expect to have tattoos on them. Your neighbors will be the people, but they have it, you don't know. This is where we are. When they come into the studio and come and do their tattoo here and they leave back home, how then do you know this person has tattoo?
Exactly.
Unless you have something in common or you have that kind of level. Okay, so thank you very much for this tattoo business and then taking us through and all that. And guys, call him. This is Vaz Designs. His phone number is under the screen. It's on the screen. You can see down there below. You see the number. You see his Instagram handles, Facebook, YouTube handle, and all that. Call him. Link up with him. Just come and do your tattoo and then walk away. Even if you want it anywhere you want it, he will do it for you. He will do it everywhere you want it. Just show him the part that you want it. But professionalism works here. Nothing else apart from professionalism.
And the best customer service.
And the best customer service. That's what you heard him saying. Subscribe to the channel Jvaz TV. Like, comment. We'll bring you more of this. We are going to bring you the jewelry part and the piercing part very soon. We'll make it quick. We'll be right back. Thank you.